Okay, this will be a very interesting one. I've never done one of these before. This is something that someone gave to me to give to a doctor's waiting room, or should I say, or whatever. Something like that anyway. We're just going to leave it on 100. Let's see what we got. We're going to make this a negative image. Colours look a bit challenging, however. Let's see if we can make it look... Oh, fuck off. I did not want to press that again. This is the stupid user interface that Konica Minolta created. It's a load of shit, guys and girls. Just make no mistake, it is rubbish. And they don't even give you any new features. They all stay the same from generation to generation, so to speak. It's really dumb. Hate this. I don't think we're going to use contrast because we're going to use this. And we're going to use the red. We're not going all the way with the hue. Okay, let's see what this one is. It is the big issue. This is often sold by people who are really hard up and people who are on the street, like homeless people and shit like that, and they basically get, I think, half the amount that they get when they sell one of these, but it's really good. It's a really good sort of charity, or it's really good for these people to get some kind of money flow, cash flow, when they're on the street or living in really poor accommodation. Like, homelessness is not just people sleeping rough. It can be people sleeping in overcrowded boarding houses, or people couch surfing, people living in cars and shit like that, or insecure housing. So it's not just the people who are sleeping rough, and it just seems that the amount of homeless people that we get is rapidly increasing. We're getting more and more people becoming homeless, and that's just not an acceptable thing for society. It's not acceptable, but there's nothing I can do. Unfortunately, I'm not rich, I'm not influential, I can't do fucking squat. I've been homeless myself, so I'm very fortunate to have this housing department unit and my Centrelink payment, but I'm not happy seeing other people who are not as fortunate as myself. I'm not happy to see them suffer because, as I said, I've been homeless myself, but fortunately I had my Centrelink payment, my disability support pension, and I still had money in the bank from a previous sheltered workshop job that I was doing, and I saved up lots of money over time. It took a long time, but I still would have been classified as homeless because I couldn't stay at mum and dad's place for very long. And yes, I had one night I had a go at sleeping rough, and mark my words, sleeping rough is no fucking fun. Especially when you're a female, it's just no fun at all. And you get men trying to proposition you for sex. It's really disgusting. And having to urinate in a park instead of a toilet. I mean, seriously, that's just not acceptable for people to have to go through that. You know, it's not acceptable, folks. It's not fucking acceptable. Fortunately, as I said, it was only a temporary thing, and I still had a fixed address at my mum's place and my father's place, so I could still receive my Centrelink. But basically, there's a lot of people a lot worse off than me that I can't fucking help because I'm not rich myself. I'm disabled, so I belong to a lowly set of people as well. I'm not exactly high up on the echelons of society. I'm fucking down the bottom, and it's only the homeless people that would be, or people who have more budget problems than I do, who are lower down. I'm probably, my estimate is, in the social economic scheme of things, I'm on the bottom 0.5%. And I sit at the bottom of the ladder. I don't even have my foot on the rung. Now that green looks terrible with that. But I'm trying to work out how to make this look good. I'm sorry, folks. But basically, I don't feel like I can make a difference. I just went broke myself just yesterday. So I went broke. So it's a sign that it's really difficult trying to live the way that I'm living. I have to try and make it. I'm trying to make a future for myself, trying to use my creativity to hopefully make something of myself and maybe help other people in the future once I start pulling in cash. But there's a lot of ways I'm considering my life. I'm just wondering if this is going to be the one we're going to use for it's not a very good piece we're making, so I'm wondering if that's going to be the centre, or are we going to do any more? I don't know, I'm just having trouble with this really. So, but yeah, I just feel I don't have any influence. Like, I've got no power, I've got no money like a rich person. I live in a rich area, but I don't actually fit in. I don't feel like I actually belong, really. I just feel like I just suck. I feel like I've got the I suck factor. And that's how it feels when you don't have much money, or you don't have much ability to change the world or change anything. You feel like a piece of shit. And these people who are on the street or sleeping in cars or couch surfing, many of them feel absolutely horrid about themselves. They do, and they don't want to be homeless. But the fuck is, there's not enough help for these people. There's not enough fucking help. There's not enough housing. The stupid real estate industry, like the photocopier industry, is profiteering. They profiteer. They don't care that the rent is too much for someone who's unemployed or something. The stupid real estate industry just doesn't give a fucking hit about people who can't afford to pay exorbitant rent. You know, why is it that rich people can't do anything right? Why are they always mucking people around and fucking people's heads in, creating false advertising? After all, advertising is pretty false. There seems to be no such thing anymore as advertising that is genuine, that really tries to sell a fair dinkum good product. It's always about profiteering and shit like that. And man, I wish I could fucking be a rich person. I wish I was a multi-billionaire. I wish I could be a CEO and help do something about this. I wish I could. You know, folks, I really feel frustrated that I can't do fuck. I can't do anything. I'm one of the people in the social economic downtrodden. I don't fucking belong in this rich area. I can't afford to heat my home. I have to try and make something of this talent of mine, but there's not many people who care about arts or creativity. They just want to make people like me become destructive and hate themselves. And I've hated myself most of my life. And I still am tempted to hate myself because of all this shit going down with these rich people. The photocopier industry I don't even belong there anymore. They don't want people with ideas and passion and commitment. They just want money fucking psychopaths who bully these smaller workers around. And then bullying in the workplace is even worse than schoolyard bullying most of the time, because you could lose your job and end up on the street. There's no way you can live without a job anymore. It's just deadly. So, yeah. So I'm not happy with the status quo. But the status quo, unfortunately, dictates what my life is. I had to take this photocopier, buy it out on a bank loan. I had to pay a bank loan so I could have a working machine. Konica Minolta don't care about people like me who are on a tight budget, who need a photocopier. They just care about this, and that's all that matters. They don't. Spare parts apparently can only be guaranteed for 5 years, and then the machine becomes useless as soon as it breaks down, and you can't get any parts for it. The service technician can't fix it then, in many instances. So I'm not happy with the status quo of the photocopier industry, and they don't care. And they're probably looking at my YouTube and my Facebook posts, and they're probably laughing at me, thinking what a fucking disabled, downtrodden fool she is, trying to be something better than what she is. Well, what I want to say, if you fucking people at Konica Minolta and other copier companies are thinking about this, I suggest you do something. Sit on this and fucking gyrate, bitches. You're not going to tell me I'm fucking worthless. You're fucking worthless, you money fuckers. You go fuck your money and just leave me alone. Let me fucking do my own thing and let me be my boss. You're not going to boss me around. But unfortunately, I had to fucking get another machine. My old C353 couldn't be fixed anymore because I didn't have the money to pay for a service technician, because Mitronics had to stop the service agreement because you, Konica Minolta, you're the culprit, not them. You don't supply parts anymore. 5 years and then the machine's useless, obsolete. Not fair, Konica. I don't like you. I don't like any copier company. I will harass and hound you on fucking YouTube until you fucking do something useful, you fuckwits. Don't fucking think I'm going to go away, because I'll keep going at you. I'll keep calling your names. I'll keep sticking my finger up and telling you to gyrate, because that's all you can because that's probably the best fucking advice anyone has ever given you, is to sit on this and gyrate.